Hello, I'm Rachel Jones for the Finance News Network. Joining me today from Metro Mining is Managing Director and CEO Simon Finnis. Simon, welcome back to FNN.
Thanks for having me.
Now, Bauxite Hills has been in operation for a year now. How is it performing?
Look, we've had a great year. We started on time, although we were disrupted a little bit by the weather early on. And the year went quite well. We reached our guidance, so just over 2 million tonnes for calendar year 2018. We turn off for the wet season in far north Queensland, so we turned the mine off about the 28th of December. Again, a little bit disrupted at the end of the year by weather, but all in all a very successful year.
And now to your most recent quarter. What were the highlights, starting with safety and community?
Of course, that's our key priority, safety and making sure our people are well at all times, and we had a very good quarter. From the point of view of the community, we continue to have a very good record. You know, we've got nearly 40% Indigenous employment on site, most of those traditional owners from the local area, and that's our goal. And really it makes sense for us that they're our key partner in this business, and employment opportunities are one of the ways to provide economic strength for those communities, so we're very happy with that result.
And what can you tell me about the production and the operations for the quarter?
Our production went extremely well for the December quarter. Obviously coming towards the end of the year we faced the weather prospects of the wet season, and we had a slight disruption in December, but we finished the production run on the 28th of December, very, very late in the year obviously, but our team performed extremely well, and we got our production guidance of just over 2 million tonnes for the year. So we were very, very pleased with that result. We thought the guys performed extremely well, very safely, and did a great job.
Excellent. And what can you tell me about the financials?
Our financials were great, really much in line with our BFS, so operating costs on site of around $24. It's a ramp-up year, of course, and 2 million tonnes, and this business is really set up to do more tonnes than that, so we expect that to come down quite strongly in 2019. And of course, we're refreshing the BFS for the expansion to 6 million tonnes, and that, of course, will drive those operational efficiencies even further.
And Simon, still on pricing now, what impact, if any, has the slowdown in China had on bauxite?
Oh, look, we're not seeing any real impact. We're seeing very, very strong demand for bauxite, and it's driven by a lot of different things, but in country. We're seeing a big move from the inland refiners to import bauxite, and that's a change to what has historically gone on. So we're seeing a lot of significant demand out of those inland refiners, so Henan, Shaanxi, whereas the traditional demand's been from Shandong province, which is on the coast. So these guys are changing the market, and that's really driven by the environmental restrictions in China, depletion of ore, quality depletion of the Chinese bauxite, and we're seeing very, very strong demand for that. So based on that, we're seeing pricing pretty steady, although there's been an upward trend probably in the last 6 months. Some of that's driven by ocean freight. Ocean freight around the world has sort of gone up a little bit in the last 6 months, so that drives prices up as well. But the slowdown really isn't impacting us so far. We're still seeing really, really strong demand for our product.
Thanks, Simon. And now to the stage 2, expansion and exploration. Can you give us an update on that?
Sure. As we've announced, we're doing an expansion, a small expansion, 3.5 million tonnes this year. That's on track to be everything that needs to be installed will be installed by April, and we're on track to start that program. So we're very confident of 3.5 million this year. We're doing the DFS or refreshing our DFS in the first quarter of this year regarding the expansion to 6 million tonnes. Once we've done that, we'll go to the board for approval. We don't expect terribly much to change from the original study, but we need to do that to make sure it's up to date and the board has the correct information to make a decision. But really this business will operate much better at 6 million tonnes. You'll see reduced operating costs from just economies of scale, but also many other efficiencies around the place. So we're very keen to push the button on that as soon as it's approved. With regards to exploration, we've really concentrated on near mine exploration this year, and that's really about resource reserve, and it's about drilling from a grade control point of view the current year's product, so we know what we've got to mine. But really we've focused around Bauxite Hills this year. And
last question now, Simon. What makes Metro Mining stand out?
Look, I think the main thing is that we're a bauxite supplier into the Chinese market, and there's not many people doing that. We're an independent company, we're not refiners, we just sell bauxite into the Chinese market, and look, we're doing that very, very successfully, and we're growing. And the other thing really is important is that we achieve what we say we're going to do. We said we'd do 2 million tonnes last year, we've done that. If you compare that to other players, some of them haven't achieved their goals. This year now, we're going to do 3.5 million tonnes, and I think people can believe that when we say we're going to do something, we'll do it.
Simon Finnis, thanks for the update.
Thanks again.